Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast, doing a review for a movie that came out a little while back. But I watched it. I wanted to talk about it, so here it is, a retro review for Den of Thieves. This is a film from 2018, rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a Rotten Tomato score of 41% for the critics, 62% for the audience. Feels low. To be fair, for both of them, to me, those feel low. Let me give you a quick synopsis. In this film, Nick O'Brien is the hard drinking leader of the Regulators, an elite unit of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Ray Merriman, a recently paroled leader of the Outlaws, a gang of ex military men who use their expertise and tactical skills to evade the law. O'Brien, Merriman, and their crews soon find themselves in direct collision as the criminals hatch an elaborate plan for a seemingly impossible heist, the city's Federal Reserve Bank. This film is directed by Christian Goodcast, who director of London Has Fallen and A Man Apart with Vin Diesel from back in the day. This movie stars one of my favorite actors, Gerard Butler as Big Nick O'Brien, Pablo Schreiber, who is I think a great villain in really any role that he's in, as Ray Merriman, O'Shea Jackson Jr. as Donnie Wilson, and 50 Cent Curtis Jackson as Ensign Laveau. We also have a whole lot more people in the cast. But Den of Thieves is a gripping heist drama that combines intense action, clever plot twist, and an ensemble cast delivering a standout performance. This film just takes viewers on a wild ride through the gritty world of crime and law enforcement. One of the things I like about this film is that it's all gray areas, right? Even though some people are supposed to be good guys and the bad guys, like it's all very even. The good guys are not very good, and the bad guys they're also not very bad. So it's just really the opposing views and the heist and the mission that really drives them to conflict. So, like I mentioned, the story revolves around this ultimate heist. A crew of highly skilled bank robbers led by merry men, played brilliantly by Pablo Schreiber. I really like his performance here. And on the other side of the law, we have Big Nick, portrayed by Gerard Butler, who is kind of a shitbag overall. Like, I think he's good at his job as in the sheriff's department, but he has problems at home. He's in the middle of a divorce throughout this film. So yeah, he's not your typical uh, protagonist. If he even is the protagonist of this film, but he is a non-nonsense detective from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and they clash uh, in what we have this game of cat and mouse really throughout the whole film. I think what sets Den of Thieves apart for me from other heist films is, first of all, meticulous attention to detail. When they showcase the planning and execution of this robbery, they don't really show you everything that like they tell you the big overarching steps of what's going to happen, but they never show you how it's going to get done. I feel like a lot of heist films, they kind of walk you through the plan and you expect obviously some things to go wrong and all that. But I think the audience is kind of kept guessing here about the next move. Like you don't really know when things are already kind of happening. That's when you know you're in the middle of the heist, and the heist scenes are executed with precision, leaving you with a lot of tension as you witness the crew of audacious tactics and how they try to outsmart the authorities, and then what happens when their plans don't always go according to what they were waiting for. Gerard Butler's portrayal of Big Nick is also a standout performance for me. He really captures the character's relentless pursuit of this crew, because Butler has a really commanding presence and just a rugged charisma that he brings to his characters. But like I said, he is a flawed and complex individual who's willing to push boundaries to catch his prey. And on the other hand, we also have Pablo Schreiber delivering just a performance that he really brings a lot of calm and cool collectedness to the role, but also at any moment you feel like this character can take your head off, which is really, really cool. Like, just both performances really raise the tension of the film. We have some great supporting actors. Like I said, O'Shea Jackson Jr., 50 Cent, many people that you'll see all throughout and you'll know, like, okay, you've seen them in other movies. They just bring a lot to the film's authenticity. They make it like these are actors that feel real in this greedy world underbelly that we're seeing as we kind of hit through this heist. Visually, the film just really captures the atmosphere of the Los Angeles underbelly with dark alleys and sprawling cityscapes, effectively setting the tone for this narrative. The cinematography has really well choreographed action sequences that really further elevate the film's intensity, making it a very immersive experience. Like once you get going here, it's like you're in for a ride. One of the highlights of this film for me is the last sequence that kind of kicks off the heist, which is an adrenaline fuel ride. Like once you get going, there's no stopping this momentum of the film until we get to the climactic finale. Like once the heist begins, and you don't even know that it's begun until you're like smack dab in the middle of it. You know, the action is visceral, the stakes are high, the suspense is palpable, and you just kind of find yourself really like following along, uh, not wanting to miss anything that's happening on the screen. Um, I will say the pacing was a little bit off. I think the movie could have been a little tighter. There's some subplots that I didn't really like. They weren't really explored, especially with Nick's character. You don't really explore those things, so it feels like they were there to kind of round out his character, but they never come back to be resolved. So it feels like a bit of a shortcoming when it comes to that. I don't think that took anything away from my enjoyment of the film. I just think it was something that maybe was not really necessary for the main story that we were telling. But overall, this movie really delivers on its promise of pulse pounding action, compelling characters, and just a really cool, well executed heist with twists and turns at every turn, an intense atmosphere, tension. Yeah, I think if you're looking for a film in this genre, you're definitely in for a fun ride with Den of Thieves. The last part of the movie alone is worth to me like watching this and checking this film out, or maybe revisiting this film if you've seen it before. So if you have watched Den of Thieves, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. I know Jason Mantzoukas from the How Did This Get Made podcast is a big fan of this film, which is one of the reasons I revisited. I was listening to one of their episodes and he brought it up. And it kind of came up as I was looking through my film collection, so I checked it out. So let me know, what are some of the films you'd like us to revisit? What are some films you kind of go back to and check out all the time? I think those are always really fun to figure out why people are so attracted to looking at those films. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We just went to DreamHack Dallas over the past weekend. We have a few videos on that. So make sure to go check out the channel for all that. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.